Good morning everyone and welcome to Cantabria. So, we've got an exciting job to do today, but before we do that we actually need to get this field seeded with canola. We got field 4 spread with slurry last time, but today we need to get this field seeded with canola and then we'll do field 4 next time I think. So we're going to get started with this. Let me just pop out that guy, get rid of that map, there we go. For some reason, there we go, he wasn't digging in, I'm not sure why. So this job is not going to take too long. I know that because I've actually already done it. There was a problem with the save, so I recorded the episode and then the save failed for some reason, so I'm having to repeat it. So yeah, I know how long this takes, and I also know it would be a good idea if I skipped the majority of the seeding. So that is what I'm going to do. So I will get this field done, and then we'll move on to the more exciting job of today, which is working on making some extra profit from those potatoes that we got from the mission. So, see you in a second when this is all complete. Just coming to the end of this last row then, which means we can get the headlands done, and then we can move on to the potato work, which, I'll be honest, I'm quite excited about. Because the price of potatoes is not bad per 1,000 litres, and we have a fair amount. I think we had 1.5 truckloads, and our trucks are 59,000 litres. But what we get for premium potatoes, which is once they've been washed and sorted, that price is about 1,500, which means there's a 2.5 times profit. And of course it cost us absolutely nothing to do that work. We were actually paid to get those potatoes out of the ground. So I'm going to be very, very pleased if we make any additional profit from that. So we'll just hop up here, get this last one done. I really need to get the tractor refueled and repaired for when we do field 4, because field 4 is much larger. We're also going to need more seed, so I need to check to see if we actually have more seed available, because I'm really not sure if we do. If we do, then that's great. Otherwise I'll have to buy some down at the shop, probably in between episodes, because I know that I have time. I'm not going to be doing this in today's episode, and today's episode is also a bonus. There isn't usually an episode today, but we're doing one anyway. So we're just driving in the farmer's field, but not a big deal, I don't think. So I'm not going to wash the seeder off. Oh, hang on. We've just driven into the other field. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Right. Let's park this guy up. And then we can get over to the pig farm, where we can begin with the potato work. So just back him in, try and do it nice and slowly. If you do it too quickly, you just start to lose control. And this is where having pedals is a real bonus. Okay. So, just disconnect him, parking brake on, engine off. Right, that's him done. So I will now see you over at the pig farm. Okay, so here we go. We have got the potato washer. We've got the potato sorter. We've got a belt. We've got a water tank that's been leased. The belt has also been leased. This guy here has been filled up with 1 full tank of water. That should be enough for all the potatoes we have. And we've got the big Bresland laid bucket here with the weight on the back. So we're going to get started straight away. Like I said, I think we've got around about I suppose it would be 60, we've got about 90,000 litres of potatoes to get through. Let me just put the time back up. So this is going to take a while. Luckily, like I said, I've already tried this once. I know that this guy, this Bresland laid bucket is going to make life so much easier. A lot easier. Now we don't have anywhere to store 90,000 litres of premium potatoes. Unfortunately, what that means is we're actually going to have to put them on the ground. Not the best thing to do with a premium product, but we don't have much choice. And unfortunately I can't time-lapse this because it just will make such a mess that it's not worth time-lapsing. So instead what we'll do is we'll do as much as we can now, and then we'll move on to just a jump cut, I suppose. But we're only going to work until 9 o'clock at night. That's it. That worked quite well when I tried it before. It meant that we had I can't remember. I think we got rid of the majority of the potatoes. Probably had about 20 to 30,000 left. I mean, there's a lot of potatoes here, and they've all got to be washed and all got to be sorted. The pigs do not require any premium potatoes. We could give them normal ones. Oh, by the way, the pigs are still breeding. But yeah, I don't really see any need to give them potatoes because while we're still giving them food, pig food, there's no benefit. And we're actually going to get pig food from the potato sorter as well. That gives you pig food as an output, like a secondary output. But you can see what I mean about this bucket. It does make life much easier because the standard bucket is only 12 to 1400 litres, I think, whereas this guy is almost 3200. So there's like 2 buckets in one go here. And that's good, because what that means is we can fill this guy up until he stops working, which you can see the potatoes there going around the tumbler, being washed, and they come out the other end as washed potatoes. And I'll show you the texture of washed potatoes in a minute. You might remember I did this on This Is Ireland. That was a very, very long time ago. That was back when I was still running just one series. So, how much have we got in here? Okay, we've got a lot of washed potatoes. So now we're full on washed potatoes. So we'll keep filling up with normal potatoes. Unfortunately, the sorter is actually the thing that takes the longest. The sorter is quite a slow device and has got quite a small capacity, which means that ends up being the slower part of the job. However, I'm not worried about that really. because once the potatoes have been washed, they can kind of just sit in here for a while. If we can get dirty potatoes in full on one side and we're full of washed potatoes on the other, then we're in a good position because we can just continue the sorting during the other episodes. I'll show you in a second. I think I'm saying a lot. I'll show you in a second, but the best price for potatoes is not yet. So if we look at potatoes, where are they? Where are they? There we go. Potatoes. 641 is the highest. That's in mid-spring. And the same is true for premium and washed potatoes, same time of year. Washed 893, premium 1552. That's a big increase in profit. So yeah, like I said, we're going to get this hopper full of potatoes. That way, every time we extract some, there's always some in here. So how much more can we fit, actually? Let's have a quick look. I've got 7222, so I think we can fit another 2 loads in. Maybe 3. And you can see the pile is decreasing, but it's still a pretty big pile. It's purely due to the amount of potatoes we actually have. We've got a lot left over from that contract, which is great news. I'm definitely not going to complain about that. Okay, so the hopper is pretty much full. We can't fit another full load in there, so we won't bother. So now, let's reverse, thank you. Now what we can do is get ourselves some washed potatoes. There we go, so you can see the lighter colour instantly. And we drop these down and run over here, and you can see our potatoes are being sorted. Okay, let's get another load. But like I said, the sorter doesn't have much room. That's the problem. Doesn't have much capacity to have potatoes in there. And if I put too much on the ground, I also know that he will kind of make a mess and start falling about. So I have to be careful with the placement of the potatoes to try and make sure that I don't start tipping the conveyor. There we go. That should be good. So let's fill up more potatoes, standard potatoes. We will get some premium potatoes out soon. But now let's just let's keep it all going. We want everything to continue working. There we go. Okay, so he's run out of space in the washed potato hopper again. That's fine, because like I said, we just keep dumping normal potatoes in to keep him going. And then once we start taking premium potatoes out of the sorter, we will get ourselves some more washed potatoes out to go back into the sorter. It's like a little factory, except it's quite a slow factory, and it relies completely on humans to do everything for you. So, how are we doing on the washer? I've got room for another full load. Okay, so let's get one more full load, and then I think the sorter has stopped. So we'll have to get some potatoes out of the sorter. And you can see the final premium potatoes. So I reckon that pile is reduced by almost 50%. Between a third and 50%, I'd say. Which is good. Whoa. So yeah, fill this guy up again. Grab ourselves some premium potatoes. And we're just going to have to put these on the floor. So I'm going to put them on the floor next to the straw, I think. I mean, I don't really have a better place to put them. In a shed would be nice. But putting them in a shed means taking them all the way down to the other yard. And that's a long way to go. So, premium potatoes coming out. They're basically the same texture. You can't really see any difference between the textures. Just slightly lighter, I suppose. But there we go. That is our first load of premium potatoes. So we'll just start piling them up. There we go. I don't know if we've got room. I don't know if it looks like we've got enough premium potatoes again. Oops. Trying to smash into the sorter. No, we haven't. We've run out of premium potatoes. What's going on here, mate? We don't have any washed potatoes going in. Okay. Because for some reason he needed to just be kick-started. So we'll just keep filling up. Looks like we can put some more washed potatoes down. That's good. Can we fill up again? Try one more. Oh yeah, there we go. So, that is 2 loads. I'm going to try and keep count of how many loads we've actually got. Now I'm wary of the fact that we've got straw bales in here, and I have to be quite careful. So fill him up again. Drop this down. And we'll put a second load down as well, I think. See, that's what I'm trying to be careful of, is that the conveyor lifts up. That ends up making a real mess. But if I put them by here, he should still be able to get to them. And they should, I hope, avoid lifting up. Looks like we can put a third load. That's good. I just want to avoid making the pile too big, really. I think that should be enough. There we go. So, let's go and get some more potatoes to put into the washer. And you can see why this job is quite a long job, and also why, as a time lapse, this would not work. Not at all. It would look horrible. Because I do have to change the view quite often, just to be able to see around obstacles. Now, how much have we got in the... It says washer, but it means sorter. We're full of premium, full of washed, okay? And the washer can take another 2 loads. Which makes sense because we took 3 loads out. So we should be able to put 3 loads in. So 2 more. We're doing pretty well at getting rid of that pile. I think I'll grab some more premium potatoes and then I will jump cut. Because this, like I said, it's interesting, it's going to make us a lot of money, but it can drag on a little while, especially when you've got this many potatoes. I mean, the ideal situation would be to have a conveyor belt system going. But that's... quite difficult because of where we put the potatoes, to be honest. Yeah, that's definitely 50% done. Definitely. 100%. It's 100%, 50% done. That sounds like an Anchorman quote. 50% of the time, it works every time. I love that quote. Such a ridiculous nonsense quote. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch Anchorman, the first one. If you're too young to watch Anchorman, then yeah, wait until you're old enough. It'll still be funny then, I promise. So this is load 3 then. Why is he not sorting anything? I think I'm gonna play it dangerous. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna put them a little bit closer, just a little bit. A little bit closer to the straw pile. Hopefully it works and doesn't make a horrific mess. But it looks like it's fine. Now is our sorter going? It is, good. Okay, so I will keep an eye on how many loads I'm getting. I'll come back to you just to give a little status update once I've got rid of some more potatoes from the shed there. Okay, just gone past 6 o'clock. So, as you can see, the pile is greatly diminished. I think by 9 o'clock I will be able to have all of these potatoes in the washer. They might not be washed, and they almost certainly will not be sorted, but that will at least get them off the ground. They haven't been on the ground very long, but I still don't think it's a great idea to keep them there. So let's go and unload the sorter. We have so far done 6 unloads. This will be number 7. And of course what that means is we've got so far about 18,000 litres. Yeah, 18,600. No, I don't know. I can't bother to work it out. We've got close to 20,000. With this, we're going to be closer to 22. Now, I think you guys are going to be just in time, because I have a feeling we probably need to empty... We need to empty the pig food. Okay. So, potato washer. Pig food, select maximum, which... For some reason he thinks there's something in the way. Ah, it's me. I'm in the way. Of course I am. Yes. Let's do that again then. Spawn 1 pallet. There we go. So we've got a pallet of pig food here. And now the sorter can continue, because while he's blocked with pig food, he won't produce any premium potatoes, which is a bit of a pain. So we're going to have to go and get rid of that pig food. Luckily, I have a great idea how to get rid of it. It's called our pigs. Yes, they will eat that stuff. So, kind of makes sense to give it to them. So, okay. I will come back just before 9 o'clock and we'll see how we're doing then. Just about to turn 9 o'clock, and this is the 10th load of premium potatoes. So that means we've so far got ourselves 31,800 litres of premium potatoes. That is awesome. So, we've also, I'll show you in a moment, almost diminished the stockpile of standard potatoes. They're almost all in the washer, which again, awesome news. Come on buddy, start picking up. So I'll just show you over here. That is all we've got left. That is 1, maybe 2 loads. So once he's managed to get rid of all of those ones on the floor, pig food's full again. Of course it is. So let's get rid of some piggy food. Maximum spawn. There we go. Now he can continue working. Hopefully we can get this guy completely full. There we go. So that's 11 loads. And we should, in a moment, be able to take some potatoes out of the washer and put the final load into the washer. And then we will have achieved what I wanted to achieve, which is to get rid of all of the potatoes from the ground. Let's just see. Yeah, there we go. He is collecting them, just doing it fairly slowly. So, get ourselves some more washed potatoes that we can dump on the ground. We only need to make space for 2 loads. I don't think that's 3. I'd be amazed if it is meant to be 3. So once we've got those guys into the washer, that is it for today. That's all we need to do. I'm not particularly worried about, you know, trying to get everything washed and sorted today. That would be a bit silly. We just need to get them into the machine, that's all. Off the ground and into the machine. So let's go and get ourselves these last potatoes. Oops, wrong way. So there's like 1 and a bit loads, it appears. Excuse the camera view, that was awful. Let's get the 1 and a bit loads into the washer, and then we will call it a night. I did say we'd only work until 9 o'clock, but as we were so close, it made sense to continue just a little bit longer. So let's just grab this final few pieces. It's quite awkward to get these because I tipped so far back. Come on. One last piece. There we go, that's everything. So we'll put those in, and then we will call it a night. I will do a quick check to see exactly how much we've made so far, premium potato wise. Come on, buddy, drop out. So we have made, we said 11 loads, 3180. That is 34,980 litres. That's what we've got. So we're going to call it quits here. I will just go and turn off the belt, because he does not need to be left running. We're going to get a lease charge for him anyway. Actually, I can return this. We're not going to need that again, because we're good for water. Yeah, plenty of water. Loads of it. So yeah, we will call it there. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.